Good evening, great show, wonderful show. I really hope the Czech Republic will one day have a show like this. I think we really deserve it, but you probably want to hear the points we gave from Czech jury, and our 8 points go to Ulrike. Our 10 points go to Atle Petersen. And our 12 points were meant to be and are to Ellen Thorpe. Thank you too. Bye.
What's up everyone, it's Jambors, new video, and today I want to talk about how is the feeling to being a jury? What does it mean to being a jury? What responsibility do you have, and how does this really work? Because I think you have a lot of questions and a lot of misinterpretations. What does it really mean and how it works, or how dangerous or maybe how useless it is, which I don't agree with. Well, let's talk. Alright guys, welcome to my channel, and let me share with you my experience from being a jury, from the jury part. Of course, I was a head of delegation, but that's a really long past actually. I was a jury many times already at Eurovision. I think not just at Eurovision, but in general in TV industry. It's basically kind of a normal to have some kind of judgment, you know, even when you're pitching the shows, even when you're doing anything else in work, it's never stopping judgment from me as a producer. This is something you just must do. You must decide what's better, what's worth it, what's worse. It's never-ending story, because that's how you create things. That's how you create stuff. That's how you're deciding what's going to be in front of camera and what's not. And that's the same basically for being a Eurovision jury, because you're deciding on which song you like the most, which song you would prefer to be at Eurovision, which song will define Eurovision for you basically, or which song just catch your soul the most. It's basically it. Whether you're jury or not, it's always a subjective matter. Of course you have some experience, but of course you have your own preferences, you have your own mind, you have your own taste. This is something you will always bring in as a judge, because then it's emotionless. It's starting to be kind of objective, but you can't objectivize something which genre-wise differs a lot, so you always have some preferences. But to really make it as objective as possible in a jury, you're not alone. You're not alone anytime, and basically normally it's that there's 5 jury members, they're sitting together, they're watching the show together, but each jury member is individual. They have individual taste, they have individual genre preferences, they have individual, you know, sentiment. It's all together, different education, there are different work. For example, last time when we were as a Czech jury at MGP in Norway, we were 5 people, bit different ages, very different professions, still in music and TV industry based, but very different personalities also. And trust me, it was huge differences, and that was the reason why we also had fun. So for my professional career, I'm really used to that. You have the balance in any kind of show, a jury and public vote all together. That's a great mix, because there are different kind of senses, especially if each country have like 5 to 6 juries to vote, and there are 42 countries or 40 countries. So it's a lot of people basically as well, with different taste and different backgrounds. I know that some of you are saying that after the last year's scandal, a jury has no sense at all, or it doesn't really, it's not needed to be in national selections or so, because somebody wants to cheat doesn't really necessarily mean that this instrument, a jury instrument, is wrong. I think the balance is gone, and I think that can really affect what kind of music we will see in the future at Eurovision. Because if it's only on fans, which there's nothing basically wrong about it, but it will probably implement even more mainstream music than we were used to in before. Less experiments, maybe. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Well, but I'm very curious what you think about this topic. If you would like to be in the jury, if you understand the jury, why don't you like the jury? And just try to not be passionate about it, but in general, think about the pluses and minuses of a jury, because only downside of the juries I see that it's still people, and people can do wrong things. As well, wrong decisions, of course. But of course, it also brings balance, because I think the professional show, like Eurovision is, needs as well the professional outcome, professional balance. But maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's just the people's entertainment show. Maybe it's becoming more entertainment only show, which we see as well in the general approach in past few years. So I'm not a huge fan of this, but also it makes kind of sense. So, but that's a different story, different topic. You just tell me what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up to this video, and of course, see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.